Is Martian Manhunter in the Flash movie? At this point, who the fuck is not in this movie, or at least rumored at this point, but there's evidence to back this up at least. Just give me a scene where Barry and John share some Chacos and a glass of milk. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here. All right. Is Martian Manhunter in the Flash movie? Well, the internet, man, I tell you what, I sometimes wonder when stuff like this happens, when people start just looking at things, and I just kind of go, I almost want to, I want to know the source of this, because, you know, when it starts spreading like wildfire on Twitter or whatever, Reddit threads and everything, I want to know the immediate source, like who actually went into IMDb and spotted this thing right here, because it's just, it baffles my mind, because as soon as it gets thrown out there, and then all of a sudden it's just, like I said, like it just spreads and spreads and spreads, and then all of a sudden everybody starts scratching their heads, and we start looking into things, and then all of a sudden I'm making a video, and that's how this stuff happens. And what am I talking about right here? Kenny Knight, stunt double, Harry Lennix on the Flash movie? Yeah. Again, I don't know. Who was on IMDb going, I'm just going to look at the Flash. I'm just going to look at the Flash movie and see what's going on. What the hell? And why the hell does it say stunt double and then Harry Lennix? I mean, that's interesting too. It could be, like I said, this could be all, there's been so many rumors of who's in this movie. I mean, we've heard everything. I mean, all the way down, to Nicolas Cage's Superman, which would be fucking awesome, of course. But at least we have this. It's on IMDb. So, I mean, it's not just somebody speculating or some stupid random site that just posts an exclusive and saying that, oh yeah, so-and-so is going to be in this movie. And it's just, that's the way I look at it right there, at least. I just look at it like, hey, at least it's on IMDb, but it could be somebody dicking with it. I don't know. Who knows? But Kenny Knight, yes, is in fact there. He posted this on his Instagram. And then he also does follow Harry Lennix, which, yeah, that adds to it, sure, but he follows him. If Harry Lennix followed Kenny, then I'd be going, okay, maybe there's something going on here. So then I thought about it too. I'm like, okay, stunt double, but there's no, obviously if someone messed up when they put that in to IMDb, I'm kind of wondering, like, okay, so maybe there's certain things they want to keep a surprise. Of course. And I'm sure they've been instructed, IMDb's been instructed to be, hey, don't mention this, don't mention that, don't mention this. I don't know how it all works when it comes to that, because I can remember back, a couple weeks ago, doing my Free Guy review, and I usually, when I review a movie, I pull up the IMDb page just to make sure I got all, who's the director, who's this, who's that, and anything interesting. And when it came to Free Guy, obviously there was some Easter egg voices in there, and I spotted like 2, and there was like 4, I didn't realize, but IMDb essentially was like spoiling it. So I don't know how the relationship between a movie and IMDb, I kind of wonder what that is like. What are the logistics when it comes to that? So obviously when it comes to these movies, they don't want to reveal who's going to be in there. Obviously, yeah, you could put Ben Affleck, that's already been announced, but if, say, Henry Cavill, Superman, if he's going to show up, you want to keep that a secret. Obviously, you're going to keep that off the IMDb page. And then it makes you wonder, too, is like, if this was a fuck up, could possibly be, or, a fuck up. It could be a fuck up just because maybe, somebody's just fucking around, or it could be a fuck up like, oh, we weren't supposed to mention that. Harry Lennix is in the movie, but we can't put him in the cast. We can't put him in the cast section right here, but this is stunts, which is what's interesting about it. It's stunts, and then it's like, there you put the fuck up. I don't know. It's all pretty interesting right there. And then I'm kind of wondering, okay, so what kind of role would Martian Manhunter have in the Flash movie? Well, like, there's like, this movie's going to be insane. This movie's going to be insane. As much as we know about it, there's a lot we don't know about it. We don't know which characters. We know that there's a lot of DC characters in there. And this is really just opening up that multiverse that was pretty much set in motion back in 2019 when Ezra Miller showed up because of Crisis on Infinite Earths with Grant Gustin, and we all know that he's in there too. And then you want to know, you hope that Wesley Shipp is going to be in there as well. Let's just add some more Flashes. You got a lot of Batmans. Let's get a lot of Flashes. So now we have Martian Manhunter in the mix. That's actually pretty fantastic because we need to boost that character, because I think I even talked on a Film Junkie Live. It would be so interesting to have a series, an HBO Max series, based on Martian Manhunter, because it's a very unique character. And then you got someone like Harry Lennix, okay? A theater actor that is playing the role. It would be absolutely fantastic, but I get the fact that, oh, it's got to have to be all mocap. You know, any characters, especially when they're on the home planet, they're going to have, it's going to be heavy special effects, so they have to like work that out. But it just shows you right here, guys. It shows you right here, and I've been saying this. I've been Muschietis, I know the whole thing with Ray Fisher and everything sucks, and it would break the internet, and it'd be freaking awesome if it was announced that Ray Fisher was in fact going to play Cyborg in the movie. And we know that Andy, the Muschietis were fighting for that. They wanted that. They wanted Cyborg in the film. Okay? And you better believe that the Muschietis they just want to put out a good product, especially Andy. He wants to put out a good product. He wants to amplify the Flash. It's going to be kind of hard to do, especially what happened in Zack Snyder's Justice League. But you better believe when he saw that, he probably saw it early on. I'm wondering if Zack and him have had conversations. I'm pretty sure they have. You have Zack's guys, his VFX guys, working on this. So that's why when it comes to that whole argument inside the fandom, I'm just kind of going like, yeah, but I mean, look at what's going on. It just looks like Andy is really trying to preserve what Snyder has put there. It really does feel like that. If this ends up being true, I mean, this was added in. This was like not a last minute thing, but I mean, when it comes to Harry Lennix and Martian Manhunter, I mean, obviously the scene at the end with Bruce, that was supposed to be Jon Stewart. We all know this, but it got repurposed. But he always had that scene in the hallway where Martha turns into Martian Manhunter, and then of course Swanwick, and that'd be interesting too. Is Swanwick in this movie as well? That would be pretty crazy, but I wouldn't think that it probably won't go that deep. I don't know. It's just interesting, and I thought I'd do a video about it because I was intrigued. I saw the tweet last night when it started making the rounds, and of course today it was making the rounds, and I'm just kind of going, man, if that happens, I'll be like, see, this is why. I mean, like Andy, he's on the side of Zack. You mean? I mean, he is, but yeah, you got that studio stuck between a badass and a studio, right? So, but you better believe that. Like I said, again, Zack's guys working on the Flash movie as well. There's a lot of Snyder that's going to be in this movie, and if we get Martian Manhunter and we get Harry Lennix in there, holy shit, that's going to be insane. So there you go, guys. Just wanted to do a video about that. So let me know your thoughts about it down below. What do you think? Do you think I mean, yes, I'm not saying like it's gonna happen or I heard anything. It's interesting. It's interesting, and it would just be so cool. It'd just be so cool if that was the case. So let me know your thoughts about it down below in the balls area. And then, of course, hit that like, thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Join if you want to become a member. Support the channel a little bit more. And then get members-only vlogs and streams. That would be cool. And then, of course, the Patreon. That's down there, too, if you want to support with that. And then, of course, the Film Junkie Closet with merchandise down below. All right, guys. Talk to you later.